What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to overcome the fear of buying your first real estate deal, or if you're just getting started and you're worried because you don't know much about real estate and you're scared that you will fail. This video is for you. My name is Omar Mohammed. I'm a real estate investor and I help new investors get into real estate even if they have no money. So make sure you subscribe and click on that little bell so you get the new videos as well. So let's go ahead and get started. So what are some of the fears that new investors have that stop them from buying that first deal? Now, a lot of new investors always worry about not finding the best deal or worry that they will get into the wrong deal, which is okay. It's good to have that worry and not just go buy the very first deal that you see that somebody posted on Facebook. Hey, great deal. It has a lot of equity, and you'll be like, yep, I'm buying it. No, of course, you definitely want to do your due diligence, but there's way to make sure you're still buying a good deal. So first, let's talk about 2 points. First point is, what is the best deal, right? And that depends on where you're at in life. So a lot of people like think about, okay, best deal is gonna have no repairs needed. I'm just gonna walk in there. It's gonna rent for like 3% or 4% of the price of the house. It's gonna cash flow like crazy. I don't need to fix anything. I'm gonna have so much equity getting into it, and maybe I don't even have to put any money down. I'll tell you right now, good luck finding that deal, right? Again, what I'm trying to say is you gotta know that you're gonna have to do some work to get a good deal, right? So you have to accept that for you to find a good deal, it's okay, especially being your first deal. It's okay to have a deal that has equity, has cash flow, or maybe even you're at a place where you're like, you know what, I'm not too much worried about the equity as much as I'm worried about the cash flow. What I'm trying to say is your best deal or a great deal, and they're out there, will happen. But your very first one, I would have been happy with my very first one if I would have just had, fixed it up. But maybe a lot of times I see a lot of new investors overspend on the rehab budget. So even if I would have done that and I overspent and I came up a market value, but it's still cash flow, and I went through the whole renovation, man, I became now more knowledgeable. My next deal is gonna be better. So don't let the fear of you not hitting a home run stop you. If you still take your wins and go in, develop and get better, get bigger and get better deal. Your next deal, I promise you, will probably be better or easier than your very first one. So don't let the fear of not hitting a home run stop you from getting that first deal. So another way too to make sure you're not getting a bad deal is share it. Your network is your net worth. Make sure you're attending, any network meetings or seminars, or if there's a meetup group in your city, make sure you go there and then you start sharing it. If you see somebody that has more units, or an investor, a realtor, or people who talk, ask few people. Don't just ask one person. Hey, I have a deal here that I'm working on the numbers. What do you think? Reach out to me. I'll help you. I'll tell you what I see. Like I helped a lot of students. Reach out to people on Facebook. Of course, trust them, but make sure you ask few people, what do you think about that deal? I have done that personally when I was starting. I asked quite a few people, and then we became friends. They're actually still friends with me till now, and they would tell you what they think, and you might see a different point. So don't be afraid to ask people for what they think about that deal, and if you're comfortable, then pursue it. Another thing I see a lot of new investors worry about too is, what if I fail and lose? And this is a very big one, because it doesn't just happen in real estate. It happens in a lot of things. People stop taking action because they worry about failing. And another really good thing I heard in one of the podcasts I was listening to is, you gotta stop worrying about you. Don't be selfish. When you worry about failing, you worry about it because the purpose. You're doing it for you. You worry about you failing. But think about the purpose why you're doing it. Think about your why. If you're doing it for your family, that's going to be okay. Then you wouldn't worry about failing, because you're not going to fail. Plus, what's actually failing? Failing for me is when you quit. Other than that, it's mistakes. And mistakes and failure is part of the process. So as far as it's not going to kill you, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if I lose some, right? If it's okay if I go in and it doesn't go exactly as I planned, but I'll figure it out. So another question that I get, or another fear that I see a lot of times, is, I'll just wait for the perfect time. Right now is not the right time. Right? I just work too much. Or you know what, I'm too busy right now. I don't know. You know when is the perfect time to buy real estate? People will tell you 20 years ago, 30 years ago, right? So I wish I had known about real estate a long time ago, but like not being from here or not having that knowledge, I didn't know. And again, that's my fault. I should have been more into reading and more into developing, but I'm glad I'm here now. And I don't want you to do that same mistake and make fear like, hey, I'll just get to it, or the time is not right, or you know what, I just just met my significant other. We're trying to think about planning out other things in our life. This is very important, right? So make sure you have priorities. And I know there's some people that have stuff going on in their life, but make sure this is one of your priorities. Or another one that I get a lot of times is when people are talking directly to sellers or need to reach out to sellers and they're worried, right? People fear that they will look like, okay, I don't know what I'm talking about, or what if they hang up on me, or what if they tell me something I don't know? That's okay. It probably is going to happen. I'll tell you right now, it probably is going to happen. Starting anything or doing anything for the first time, it's probably going to happen. One of you might ask me a question right now that I probably maybe don't know the answer, right? What I'm going to do is I'll maybe look it up or trying to help you, or I'll get back to you. It's simple, right? Don't overcomplicate it. Don't make it too hard to get started. Just get started. When they ask you that question, you're like, you know what? Let me actually do some numbers, or let me get back to you on that one. Let me check with my partner. Actually, he's more like hands-on, or she's more hands-on with that, and I'll get back to you. When is a good time to call you? So don't let that fear stop you from making the first call or the second call. Again, you will never be great to start, but you get a start to be great. Another fear that I see all the time and people always worry about is renovation. Was one of my fears as well, because I had no experience and I just didn't know, am I calculating the numbers right when I was just getting started, or how to even start, like what goes here, what options. I don't even know what options for to fix one thing, right? Because there's so many things, so many ways, so many prices, so many things that goes into renovating a property. And it depends if you're doing a flip, if you're doing just like a rental. It depends on what area, it depends on what materials. It also, there is different bids. So what do you do for that? And I get it, right? I get it because I was there. Best thing to do, just like the first one I gave you, have some people that you can ask. Hey, you renovated the bathroom before? Yeah, what did you do? Well, I went to Lowe's, I picked up the toilet, the vanity, and the shower. It cost about this much. Usually I would renovate a bathroom for 5 grand. It depends how severe it is. Well, okay, can you have pictures? Yeah, let me see it. Oh, wow, perfect. Oh, wow, okay, awesome, thank you so much. Next person. Hey, man, have you ever done any like I don't know. Have you ever let's think. Like, have you ever changed the kitchen? Have you ever renovated a kitchen, updated the kitchen? Where you go? People might be like, hey, you know what? I look online. I look online. Here's a tip for me. If it's a rental, sometimes I buy used appliances online on Facebook Marketplace. Here you go. I didn't know that till somebody told me. I went and looked. I found really good appliances because I was like, oh my God, some of these appliances in Lowe's or Home Depot are so expensive, right? And they were like, no, here you go. So you're not reinventing the wheel. If something you don't know, the answer is out there. Just network, meet people, ask questions. They will give you the answer. So, and also get referrals about contractors. If they give you different pricing or you're not sure, ask, hey, do you have somebody I could use? And people wouldn't mind sharing. I've shared a lot of good contractors. People have referred a lot of good contractors to me. And again, it's a community. So be part of the community and you will thank me later. So here's 3 ways to overcome fear in general, right? The first way is to know and accept. Know that this is normal. Like, your brain will think about fear. Your brain is gonna automatically think of so many reasons why you shouldn't invest in real estate. Your brain will think of so many reasons why you shouldn't why you shouldn't call that person right now, why you shouldn't send mail, why you shouldn't text, why you shouldn't sign up for that class. Your brain will think of so many reasons, right? Your brain will think of so many reasons why you shouldn't go to the gym. It's cold outside, you didn't sleep much, maybe tomorrow, same thing, right? So know that this is gonna happen and your brain will think of that, but actually push. Failure is only part of the winning process. It's okay. I'll try to find answers. Plan, right? Which takes me to the second one. Plan. Develop a plan. Okay, let's say I go into this, all this goes wrong, all what people told me was wrong, and I actually go over budget. I end up spending. Okay, what's the worst happen? The way I did it, the way I'm, and I'll end up having less equity in the house, but I'll still cash flow. Okay, but I got a house for pretty much free, or I didn't put any money down. It's a hell of a win, right? I own a rental, it's cash flowing, and I spend a little bit more over renovation, and I have a ton of knowledge now. If that's the first one, what else could go wrong? What if I run out of money in renovating it? I'm using all my money. I didn't borrow, I don't know. What if I run out of money? I would say definitely then put a plan together so you don't run out of money. And review it, okay? If I'm fixing outside first and I'm gonna spend 20 grand outside, I spend 20 grand. If you found yourself spend 30, know that you're over 10K. What you gonna do? Right? Or when you start finding yourself spend 21, ask yourself why. What's not going according to plan, and start figuring out solution. And if you're willing to figure out solution, maybe pick another job or something, it's not going to be that bad, right? You can manage everything. You could control it. So develop a plan. Think about, like, if the fear is controlling you, I might lose, I might. Develop a skill. Start right now going to people and be like, hey, I want to see a renovation, complete renovation. Go hang out at Lowe's and Home Depot. I mean, if you have that mindset and you really, really, really want to get into real estate, don't let fear stop you. Go see a process, right? Go ask somebody, hey, can I shadow you? Watch this. There's so many ways that makes you feel comfortable to take the step. You just got to be willing to do the work and develop the plan, develop a new skill, read a new book, right? Sign up for a new class, but take action. Buy the first house and develop a plan. If shit hits the fan, like they say, I will figure out another way. I'll go get a second job. I'll go, deliver food at night, or DoorDash or something, right? I'll go do something at night that I will raise some money. Maybe you have a little bit of a 401k. And again, none of that is a financial advice. I'm just telling you, have a plan and that you'll feel more comfortable. And the third point is you will not hit a home run on your first deal. Know that you most likely will not hit a home run in your first deal. Have your expectation. I know there's a lot of noises out there like, hey, I got a check for 50K, I got this, I got that, or I just got this house for this, I got this house for that. But nobody out there actually saying, like, real estate is a grind. You're gonna have to put the work in to find the deal. You're gonna have to, if you're wholesaling, you're gonna have to talk a lot of sellers. Yes, there is, but you're going to have to talk to a lot of people that a lot of people have talked to, so you have to be different. Real estate, if you're just starting as well, there's a lot for you to learn, right? So that's okay. Don't expect to jump in and just, like, be perfect. It's okay. You're going to be some speed bumps that won't do anything, but get good deals that you can manage on. So to tell you a quick story, my first deal was all right. It wasn't the home run. Second deal was a lot better, right? The third deal was even better and better and better. I put no money in. It was a seller finance deal. But honestly, if I wouldn't have done the first two deals, I wouldn't have got the third one. Just because I didn't know all this information to actually structure that deal perfectly that way. So it's step by step, it's a process. If you enjoyed that video, make sure you leave me down in the comment. If you have any fear, make sure you subscribe to that account, and see you all later.